Incoming transmission. The Stank Space podcast contains vulgar language and mature topics. So if you're a kid, turn your ears off. And make sure your elderly Christian grandmother is not listening. End of transmission.
Okay, hey guys, how you doing? We were talking about Fortnite dances, and now...
Why do you always start before letting me know that I'm totally keeping this in?
No, do it. That's what I want you to do. All of this right now, we have to be authentic for our audience.
Okay.
Of 7 fucking people.
I'm over here like...
and I'm pretty
and
sure...
you're like, hey everybody, and I'm like...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jillian has stunning Shigo from Kim Possible hair.
Oh yeah, it's green. Maybe I'll
I
put
got
a
that
picture.
cut, you know.
I don't know if you can see it well.
Ooh, saucy.
It's like in the back.
Oh, stunning.
You might have, but I don't think I'll
Stunning.
be able to see it. But
She's green, y'all.
I'm green. Dabba dee dabba. Doesn't work.
Close.
So today, Nick has a fun story about a female he met.
The joys of being newly single and struggling in the dating world.
And then we're gonna talk about Kermit versus Elmo.
Yeah, which is, if we're being real, it's the most important subject that we have on the docket.
After the break.
And we each have a side in that war. So stick around till after the ad, which isn't really an ad. It's just Jillian getting her, like, I don't know, it's like a stand-up routine.
Talk.
Yeah.
I just kind of talk.
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
The idea about it was that I didn't want it to be like empty space when we took our
smoke break. You can say smoke break. Yeah.
Okay, I think we can say smoke break.
For weed.
I think that's okay though, because it's legal pretty much everywhere. I think we could just
what are you gonna do? Arrest us?
I'm gonna bleep that out. I don't know how many minutes. I've heard that
we're not allowed to swear for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So we have to say frick.
We have to say freaking heck.
Speaking of swearing, though, did I tell you that Connor said his first swear word, and it was the F word, but it wasn't me. He copied Tori, so she gets to take that out. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. Ooh. I'm 100% on the team that I do not give a freaking crap if children swear, as long as they're not being disrespectful. Like, there's a difference between a kid saying or shoot.
Me having to bleep these until like I'm gonna go try to go for 5 minutes because I don't want to So sorry guys, I'm gonna bleep the swear words for 5 minutes.
We have a PG audience. I'm sure 2 of the 7 people that view our episodes are underage, so it's understandable. What would we be? We'd be probably like rated M.
For mature. Yeah, for mature. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
we swear a lot, and we smoke ganj. We do
smoke that strong, that Popeye. But
our eventual plan is to become super mega, and make complete 420 episodes where we smoke joints that are about this long.
But that only happens if we can get the ad deal from Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
So I'll
hit them up.
Yeah. I've never wanted to work with anyone more than that's how I know we made it. Is when Raid Shadow Legends hits our inbox. Yes. We did it.
Keemstar tweets and he's like,
yeah,
look at these irrelevant YouTubers getting
always
ads.
Talking about me. So irrelevant. About me. Yeah. Keem, listen, the only reason we talk about you is because we have a crush on you. So, I mean, I know we don't fall into the age demographic that you're normally.
I do.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
He's gonna hit me up. I don't want him in my DMs.
Are there pictures of him without a beard?
I think I've seen a picture of him with his bald ass head.
He has a normal chin,
right? Little beard.
It's like a normal chin. It's not like a leafy chin.
No.
Sup, leafy. It's not like a leafy chin. I just talk to YouTubers like I know them.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
If you guys don't know who Leafy is here,
you're
look him
more
up.
of the Keemstar fan than I am.
Listen,
it's just like how
I'm not a
more
fan of Keem. I just appreciate
Trisha I'm more of a Trisha Paytas fan than you are. That's what I mean.
I appreciate Keem and Trisha in the same way Batman appreciates Joker. You're insane. You deserve to be locked up, but I can't live without you. You know? I need you.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, crazy people.
That's the motherfucking tea.
So what happened? What happened with your
Trisha Potatoes?
No, with your Trisha potatoes.
Oh yeah. So some peeps know that I'm totally single now. Not for a bad reason. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast yet, but me and Tori are still cool, super best friends, co-parenting and shit. It's just,
co-parenting is
not dating
tough,
anymore.
And you are killing it, bro.
Oh, thanks. The majority of the money I make goes towards survival. I was able to afford a sweet lamp, though, that you like.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. It looks like a tree, guys. It's a tree lamp. I'll post it on the Instagram for Stank Space, and it'll just say tree lamp. Make that into a meme. But, so, like, it's been a few months, and now I'm comfortable talking about it. But, so I've been trying Tinder again, and I have not touched Tinder in years. But, it's been okay. Like, it's definitely a little confusing to me. I feel like a boomer a little bit. Like, but I matched with this lady who lives in town.
Okay.
And she's like in the medical field, and that's like my non-podcast job is in the medical field. So I was like, cool, we have something in common.
Yeah.
And there were so many red flags that I just chose I chose specifically to ignore them. I explained this to you sort of.
Yeah.
When I told you.
Disgusting.
When I
flush the toilet.
Flush the fucking toilet.
I'm Sherloid by Sherloid or Rebecca G. Then. And don't forget all the trouble we got into.
Why does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
That's not me.
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
After you took a shit.
Yeah, that's a terrible accent. So I talked to this, we matched, started talking to her.
Yeah.
Instantly gave me her Snapchat, which, I mean, it's not a red flag, but it's definitely not a white flag or a green flag.
No, I don't think it's that.
If the first thing you do is say, snap me.
No.
Like, we don't have a conversation at all on Tinder, you just say, snap me.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
the
thought you
first
meant, like,
thing
you
you
guys
do.
had a discussion, and then like the
No. First thing she did was give me her snap, which like I said, I've been out the game for a while, so I didn't really know. Like now I understand through friends explaining to me that like that doesn't always mean it's the best thing, right? Because Snapchat is that app where the messages can disappear. Everyone knows that, so.
Yeah.
It's a little sneaky, but she was single. I will say that there were definitely no vibes that she was seeing somebody, but or she had like a secret boyfriend or something. But she secretly was crazy, and I'll explain to you why. And I don't use that word lightly. Y'all know me. You've heard the other horror story of the crazy witch lady that did nail love magic on me. Mm-hmm. It was not to this level.
Nail love magic.
But my knowledge of true crime and the mental state of people who maybe aren't all there definitely came into play for this. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to her for maybe 4 hours. Uno, dos. Tres. I knew that. Cuatro es hours, okay?
Cuatro es hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we'll go with that because I don't know how to correct you.
I know a limited amount of Spanish. Spanish. Spanish?
No.
Donde es me pantalones? I believe that means where are my pants?
Where are my pants?
Yeah. I'm probably butchering that horribly. What is up to all the Latina mommies out there? But so I was talking to her for like maybe 4 hours, and I had a play date for my son. And it was just two of my friends that are together, and they have two sweet babies. Mm-hmm. Shouts out to Garrett and Cassandra. You can see them in our vlog where we did Pride. They're at the end of it. They came over, and it was great. They have two sweet babies. One of them is my son's age, and him and my son are like slowly becoming great friends. And so like I was just kicking it with them, and I wasn't on my phone because when I have company over and stuff, I try not to be like, be on my phone constantly.
Yeah.
It is one of my like weaknesses. I retreat into my phone a lot, so I've just been trying to not be on it. But so she started blowing me up on Snap, and I opened it, and it wasn't really anything. It was just like typical conversation that we were having. So I was like, okay, and I like ignored it. Totally, which I'm allowed to do, which anyone's allowed to do. You're not obligated to freaking talk to anybody, bro. If you don't want to, you're doing something. You don't owe anyone your time.
Always assume that they are busy doing something.
Yeah.
Always assume. Never assume Never
do what she did.
Is
which is be crazy.
Ignoring you.
Yeah, because she snapped me again, and I felt my phone go off, and I looked at it, and her snap was something along the lines of like, "Oh, so you're ignoring me already?" And I was like, I took it as a joke, because I'm not going to automatically assume that your wires are loose. But I snapped her a picture and to like show her proof, I guess, of like that I wasn't, and I told her, I was like, oh, I've got company over, so like I try not to be on my phone. And in the picture, Cassandra was in it. Like, and then like my kid and her kid were playing, and she was holding her baby, and like her boyfriend Garrett was at the side. And I was like, oh yeah, my friends are over, so I'm just trying not to be on my phone. My bad. I'll message you, when they're gone, so I'm not being rude. And then she replies with like a zoomed in, like she like screenshotted the picture and like zoomed in on Cassandra. Creepy, by the way. Sorry, Cassandra, some psycho has your frickin' picture. But I mean, I hope not. Hopefully it's deleted.
Yeah, it's probably.
But she was like, looks like you're having a play date for yourself too. Mind you, in this picture, my son is playing with another child. Like, so one for me, it was like, I was like, haha, like, no, that's just that's my friend. Like, she's here with her boyfriend, who's like one of my best friends. I've known him for a couple of years now. He's great. And she was like, and then that's when I was like, maybe she's not joking, and I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, and like she's actually being crazy, because like she was salty for real. Like the vibes were like, oh, you're pissed, which was strange to me, because one, thinking that I have a booty call over, and that like with my kid, and then also my booty call would bring her kid. And I'm sure that's, people have done that, and they can make that work. But I'm not going to have a piece of ass over while I have like my son. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, maybe if he's asleep, like, and it's, past bedtime and he's asleep. Right. But even then I wouldn't really be comfortable with that, just because like my kid's here. That's weird to me. But two, I've only been talking to you for dos cuatro hours, as we discussed.
Dos cuatro hours.
Yeah, so like,
3-4 hours.
Who? Dos is 2. Got him. So like, where in the world do you get the idea that like you can like be mad about it? Even if I was slamming some honey dip out and also Snapchatting you, which is, again, not something that I practice, why would it matter to you to the point where you would get mad, right? And like, so, but like, like, I sent her a picture of like all of us together, and I was like, like, hey, chill out. And like, then, so red flag 2 was, it was like it never happened. It, like, she didn't say sorry. She didn't say, oh, my bad. She didn't say I was joking. It was just immediately, like, back to normal conversation. Like, pretended it didn't even happen. And I was like, okay, whatever. And, like, the good side of me was like, well, maybe this woman's been, like, fucked with by guys before or something, or, like, has been tricked, and, like, so she's on her guard, and that's understandable. Like, you're allowed to be defensive. It's okay. Like, and I'm not going to blame you for that. Like, I give everybody a certain amount of strikes. That was definitely strike 1, but it's not enough for me to be like, I'm never talking to you again. Right. It was just definitely like, oh, clear and obvious, something I should keep in mind that happened. So I have a great time with Garrett and Cassandra. We played Cards Against Humanity, got fried, after my son went to bed, and made pizza rolls, and it was just a good time. And then they went home. And then I was talking to her, and then I went to bed, and then the next day I woke up and we continued talking. So now it's been dos cuatro hours. I don't know how you say 24 in Spanish, bro. I'm so stupid. The American education system has failed us. 20 cuatro? Oh, yeah, I think I just pulled that out of my brainstem, dude.
Close to that, yeah.
I seeped through all the LSD and marijuana haze in my brain to get to the number 24 from Spanish class that I memorized in high school, dude. I'm proud of myself. 24. But
watch that piece. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's wrong. But so the next day we're talking and I'm getting to know her a little better and there's no weirdness and I'm like, okay, so it was like a little whatever, but no more red flags.
Cool.
Then she's telling me like we got on the topic of like
deeper topics.
Yeah, like because we both have kids, so the topic obviously comes up about like the other parent, and I explained to her like, oh, me and Tori are still like really good friends. Like Tori has a key to my house and stuff. Like it didn't end badly. Like it's nice, and we're still good friends.
Yeah.
And we co-parent really well. And I like, if I was talking to somebody and they told me that, I would be happy. Yeah. Like I would be like, I'm glad that you have a good relationship. And then like, if I'm going to continue talking with you, I probably don't have anything to worry about in terms of like crazy baby parent drama on your end.
Yeah.
She was telling me that like things ended real badly because like I guess he was like super into Trump and stuff, and it was just like vibes she wasn't into, and then like he was kind of already a jerk, so they just ended things. And she told me that they hadn't talked for like, or they hadn't been together for like 2 months, and I was like, oh, so that's where that weirdness comes from, because like he clearly did something to upset her and was probably shady from just like the little bit of information she was giving me. I don't want to put words in her mouth or assume anything, but like, it was clear that maybe that weirdness that she was displaying was coming from whatever happened. But to me, that's red flag too, because like in my personal opinion, and I'm totally for the best way to get over someone is to get under them. Like if that's your thing, like if you like get over somebody by fucking and you're safe, by all means, hoe it up. Like I don't care. Do you. I've definitely, in my past, boinked left and right,
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
I do.
I'm 100% beautiful, handsome man, and I'm just like the flood of poon that I have to escape from, the tsunami.
The stories, like every single time I come over, there's at least 5 stories that you tell me about.
I wish that was true. I wish I had that ability to do so. But ladies, and So we were just talking about like partners and stuff.
Yeah.
And like casual shit. Like if you're talking to somebody, it's like it's normally something you would talk about. And she was talking about how she was like nervous to start talking to people or like to sleep with anyone and stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, I totally understand that. And like me just trying to be supportive, I was like, but like if you want to, you should do it. Like don't let a relationship that you had with someone that you weren't happy with keep you from doing what you want. Like if you want to boink someone and they're down, fucking do it. Just obviously be safe. But I tell everyone be safe, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of replied like, good to know that that's what you do. And I was like, what? Like first of all, yes, Big Stank is a hoe, but not the hoe in the terms that, like the traditional terms that you were stating, where I just go out and I lay the dick down everywhere. Like, that's not me.
It sounds so much like she's more of a conservative person.
I mean, it could be. It could be. We didn't really talk about politics or anything, but like...
No, I mean, just in
as
her
a human
actions,
being in general. Yeah, probably. But like... But my whole thing was just like, I mean, I was telling her as someone that she was talking to and flirting with, like... That if you like go live your life.
Yeah.
You just got out of a relationship, you got a kid, but like as long as you're being safe, there's nothing wrong with it. And I thought like she was looking for
advice.
Yeah, that's the kind of the vibe of the conversation, is that we were just talking and sharing our opinions on things. And my opinion is like if you want to fuck, just be safe. Yeah. And consensual, obviously. But for her to flip it and be like, "Oh, that's how you are." And I was like, what? Like, and then it was the same vibes as before. So now that's like, 3 red flags. And I'm just like, okay. And so like, I didn't message her back because I was kind of offended at it. I was like, nothing I have said to you should give you the idea that like I'm a whore and that's what you're calling me. Like you're calling me a whore. And it's like, not that I can't like, and I'm offended that I wasn't offended at being called a whore. Because again, I don't give a shit if you bang.
Yeah.
Go for it. If you dig guts, go dig guts.
Yeah.
But I'm offended that you like assume that that's what I do, and then you make assumptions based off of that about me, and then you like talk to me insultingly because of it. Like, because I'm not that type of person. I wasn't raised to be like that. So, and I don't understand why you would come at me with that energy. So, like, I just was like, leave. I didn't want to argue or anything, so I just left it. And I didn't want to, like, cause issues or anything. Because, when you're talking through texting, too, like, you're not getting the full range of emotion or, like, the vibes. Right, it can always just be I interpreted it wrong. But she's like, sorry if you don't like me now. And I was like, oh, my, like, I didn't say that at all. And I told her, like, and then I reassured her. I was like, no, I mean, I'm not angry. I don't not like you. I just think it, like, is weird because of what happened yesterday when you said that stuff about my friend. And then now, like, you're putting off that, like, weird energy. Like, maybe you're not ready to be romantically interested in another person. Yeah. And she's like, well, I guess you just don't want to talk to me anymore then, huh? And then someone was like, yes, you are 100% correct. Yeah. I do not want to talk to you anymore, at least romantically. And I told her, like, I read you the message. I'm not going to read it now. But, like, no. You were, like, I was 100% polite. And I was just like, the gist of it was, like, I don't think we're very compatible for each other. Like, clearly we feel different ways about things. And, so, like, I screenshotted the message, which I recommend everyone to do.
Always.
Because you never know what that person is going to say about you, especially when it comes to social media. So you just need to be ready and be like, this is how it really went down. Like, so I messaged it, screenshotted it, blocked. And thankfully nothing has happened. But it's like, that's the reason why I'm so worried about putting myself out there and, like, talking to other people, like, in a romantically interested way again, just because, like, people really do be crazy, yo. Like, people really, like... I don't know.
It sucks because, like, you can't go to the bars anymore or anything. And I feel like that's kind of your place.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely, like, I do better if I can, like, see you and I can read you. Yeah. Like, I'm not a guy that just goes and flirts with everybody, but, like, I'd much rather, like, be like, face to face or, like, in person if we're gonna do it. And that could be it too, like, because I'm a boomer, so I don't really understand. Like, I have the brain of a boomer.
When were you born?
I was born in 94. I'm not actually a boomer.
I know. I'm
just like, when it comes to technology and the new shit and, like, how kids do things, I'm like, what? Like, I'm so confused about, like, I was like, why do I have to pay $20 for, like, Tinder now? Like, I don't understand this. It used to be you just swipe left or right, and if they want to, bump guts, they come bump guts, and if they don't, then they don't, and you freaking hit unmatch, and then you sit there for another hour and read bios and swipe. And now it's like, pay $80 for super like and shit, and it's like, I don't understand this. This is not fun for me. But, like, I'm down to like, I'm not a judgmental person. But, like, it's those little things where I'm like, I probably don't want to talk to you. And now I got a kid to think about, and, like, and there's another aspect of, like, I got all my shit together. So I don't really, like, feel the need or desire to keep a conversation going with someone if I don't agree with them and I feel uncomfortable with them. I can just be like, okay, I don't need to continue to give you another chance if I don't like your vibes after 2 different times, you know? Have you ever dealt with that? Like, just, like, someone that is off-putting and you gave them a chance and then, like, they continued. And she was very self-aware of it, too, which is what confused me as well. Like, so you're aware of how you're coming off clearly because you're like, sorry, like, you must be mad at me. You must never want to talk to me again. Like, and, like, that's guilt tripping and, like, and shit. But, like, which, like, so she's clearly aware, like, of what she said was had a negative effect. Yeah. You know? Yes. So, like, have you ever dealt with that? Like, someone who knew that they were being weird, like, putting out weird energy?
I feel like I was the person that was being weird, putting out weird energy, but not in, like, the dating way. I feel like just, I was a weird person growing up. I wasn't really experiencing relationship stuff. Yeah. So maybe I was the weird girl. I don't know.
You weren't the horse girl or the Naruto girl. So
I was close.
No offense to horse girls or Naruto girls, by the way. Don't kill me. But
no, I was close though.
Yeah, were you close to being a horse girl?
Not exactly a horse girl, but, like, those vibes.
Like, growl at someone in the halls. Always wear the same weird pastel like zip up hoodie. And a normal ponytail.
This close.
Yeah, I could see it. No, I can't. You're way too like weird, but in a good way.
That's why I didn't get there. I was this close, but I didn't get there.
You're like artsy weird. You're not like my mom and dad talk to each other politely all the time weird, you know?
What?
You have some spice. You have some spice in your life.
Yeah. Oh. You
weren't-
mean mental illness?
Yes. Yes. The natural spice of mental illness. But yeah, so I think it's ad time, break time.
I think. I don't know.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the
see.
controller. You're the ad queen, so you're the controller of it.
The ad queen, the break queen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to break time. This is the time for you to have a break. Whoa. Get some water. Get some juice. Get whatever you want. Smoke it, drink it. Consume. Chill, relax. And then listen to me say stuff right now. I think next week we're going to be doing an episode on the Gabby Petito case. I'm not sure if it's going to be next week, but I want to hold off for us to get all of the info so we can be for sure about it and share our opinions with the facts in place. So that's going to be fun. I hope you guys are excited for that. We also, let me think. I also want to say that the echoey audio, not really sure what happened. I think it's because the freaking computer we were using was dying. I don't know. Some audio is, if there is an audio man out there that is audio, please help me out, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's talk about Elmo and Kermit.
Hello. I thought we were gonna do it at the same time.
Hey. Salami. Have you heard that sound before?
From TikTok?
Yeah.
No.
I made a TikTok about it.
Oh, you did. Where you were like,
Salami.
yeah, the mental
Give me
illness
back
joke.
my hamster.
Yeah, that was good.
I like
That's
that.
a good one. Go check out Jillian's TikTok.
Yeah.
We're definitely not TikToked ourselves right now.
Check our TikTok too.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try to get back to it. It's just hard sometimes. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, go like our TikTok, 7 people. That's my favorite thing. That is
7
my favorite
people.
thing. Because someday when we are inevitably famous and we have like millions of views and we're just stacking pape, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to look back on these days and be like, remember when we did work for 7 views?
Remember when we discussed Elmo and Kermit having a epic battle?
Yes.
For 7 viewers.
And we prepared for this via inhalation. I did not inhale.
Of knowledge. So here's the thing.
You're Team Elmo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not.
But it's like we already kind of discussed this. It's obvious that in our universe right now in this very moment, Kermit beats Elmo. No, easy.
Okay.
Out, goodbye.
But in the Stank Space universe,
But,
when they're at
right.
an even playing field.
We need to think about what kind of monster Elmo is. Elmo, when I looked it up, he is all it says is monster.
Yeah.
Red monster. What kind of monster is he?
Well, his weakness is definitely tickling, because that's like a whole toy brand. It's Tickle Me Elmo.
That's true.
He has a pet goldfish. Mm-hmm. The other monsters all like him, so he's either got to be scary enough for the hierarchy of monsters to respect him, or
maybe he
beta enough that they're not going to go after him.
Maybe he hasn't just shown them his true power yet.
Yeah, but I feel like in the world of Muppets, Big Bird destroys Elmo. It's not even a fucking question. You've got a 20-foot bird and a 3-year-old?
Yes.
How old is he? She?
He's Elmo?
Yeah.
They're 3.
They are 3. Oh, it's they?
I don't know.
Them? Elmo's a they, them.
I don't know, so now I'm just using
That's
it.
very woke. I feel like Elmo's a girl. But if she is, she always refers to herself in the third person, right?
I don't know. Elmo. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?
he's obviously from an alien planet.
Yeah, they, them.
Elmo identifies as they, them. Yay!
That's my best Elmo, guys. I'm sorry if
It's
that's
so
terrible.
Good. No,
Okay.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I knew that you were doing Elmo, you know?
I think my Kermit's worse. Do your best Kermit.
Oh, I haven't heard Kermit's
like-
voice
it's like-
in like a long time. Hold on, cut here. Yeah.
Anyway.
Kind of like Stitch.
I think Kermit is look. Kermit's got country boy. He's amphibious, land and sea. He can take Elmo out. We've never seen Elmo swim. At least I haven't ever seen Elmo
He
swim.
definitely swims. Yes. Elmo has done everything. A human
has they?
Yes. Have they? I mean,
they has.
listen. If Elmo is an alien monster, how do we even know if he has a gender?
Well, yeah, I know. I assume Elmo's a he.
And we keep saying like he and they.
I assume Elmo's a he.
Okay.
But
We'll
I
go
think
with that. We'll go with that.
Elmo always talks about themselves in third person, so I don't
Yeah.
know. They
Exactly.
could definitely be a they, them. But also, they're 3. And I don't know many 3-year-olds or however young they are. It's younger. Elmo's younger than a teenager.
We know that on different planets, time is different.
Oh yeah, sexual maturity. Elmo could be like a raging whore, and we wouldn't know.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Elmo's just getting piped out.
No. Absolutely no.
Oh,
No, do not. Don't even say that. Don't do that. No one wants that nightmare in their mind. I will.
When we get a Patreon, I'll do a full Elmo voiceover of a porno script for you guys, and Kermit. It'll be Elmo and Kermit. Yeah, it'll be great.
It'll be so good. So.
You know what the D stands for in Kermit D Frog?
No.
Got him.
No. Okay.
So you think Elmo's an alien?
He could be an alien from a different planet where time passes differently.
Yeah, could be a supreme spectral being that's undying.
We don't know. There's no way for us to know.
What would your best, like, if you, like, just judging off of what you know about Elmo, what would your best personal, like, description of what they could be? Because, like, you're right, monster isn't descriptive enough.
So he's humanoid, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, in the most basic form, like, he has arms and legs.
Yeah.
I don't think he has fingies and toes. Fingies.
He kind of does. They're like little nubbins.
Okay.
And he has, the eyes in the front of his head. So
Yeah,
obviously.
no eyelids, though.
Yes. And obviously that means, because
And no teeth.
we know that in the humanness,
Yeah.
that eyes in the front of your head
Means you're a predator.
means you're a predator. So he is a predator on this other planet.
But no
So
teeth. He does not have teeth.
That's true. He doesn't have teeth. So they
Are
must
there
have-
predators out there with no teeth?
They must. Maybe,
Snails fuck each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he sucks onto you, spits acid onto you, like, and it burns through you, and then he, like, liquefies your insides.
Well, question. A red dragon in Dungeons and Dragons is what? What's the? Do you know what the their power is?
A red dragon?
Yeah.
I think it's just a standard dragon, like
Just
it's fire.
fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
And they get big.
It would be fire, so it'd probably burn you to death. I'm going by D&D.
You think Elmo, because he's red, most
Yes.
likely has a fire-based ability?
Yeah, and
Okay.
isn't his nose orange too? Mm-hmm. So I think he would definitely have a fire. So maybe on
just be like,
his planet.
And fire would explode out of his mouth?
Yeah,
Charmander doesn't really have teeth, right?
I think he has a few little. Here's a picture of Charmander. Oh no, we were wrong. Or right.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I think he would have a fire. Maybe in his home planet, they use their fire breath to hunt for food. Like, there's other humanoid monsters from this other planet, but he got onto Earth somehow, So I think if he were provoked in this scenario where he is a fire-breathing monster that is very fuzzy and cute, I think he could like a demon bunny.
Yeah. Has there ever been a Muppet that's died?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a Sesame Street Muppet that's died?
Has there?
Because if so, then we can probably assume Elmo can die.
I don't know, man.
If another Muppet has died.
We'll have to... Hold on. Pause.
So apparently, they have or have planning to have Grover pass away in order to teach kids about the reality of death.
What?
On Sesame Street. Canonically, the puppets from Sesame Street can't die. And Grover's like basically just a purple Elmo. He's like a humanoid monster.
Yeah, which... I don't
so
know
then
exactly
I will have to
which power he
assume,
would
I would have to assume with our limited knowledge that Elmo can kick the bucket.
Yeah.
Now, here's my argument for why, fire breathing or not, alien or not, Kermit stands a good chance.
It's literally a fire versus water kind of thing.
Well, it's not even that Kermit can't control water, but he can. They've driven cars. He plays the banjo like Kermit. Kermit can and would absolutely wield a pump action shotgun in a fight with Elmo. If Elmo breathes fire, I feel like a shotgun to Kermit is fair.
Oh, 100%.
And then if we're assuming that that Elmo is a fire elemental, Kermit's going to want to face it off in his turf, and that's the swamp. That's canonically Kermit's home, is the swamp. So he's a country boy from the swamp. He's been dealing with Miss Piggy, who, let's be honest, is a fucking monster.
Trisha Paytas of the Muppets.
Yeah. No, I like Miss Piggy a lot more than I like Trisha Paytas. And she karate chops his ass. And he's like, in the throat. Mm-hmm. So if we're talking about terms of realism here, that is a full-grown pig karate chopping a frog in the throat. And this frog tanks it. He gets hit by it and he's like, oh.
Wait.
But then he gets up and he's fine. And he continues to date her, so he must be into it. Which means Kermit could be a sadist. Which means he's into pain. So Kermit has got to be killed, because even if he's hurt, he's going to keep coming. Mm-hmm. The boy is ambidextrous because he can play the banjo, and you gotta be able to bing 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 bing, use those hands, or in this case, webbed feet, I guess, because he's a webbed fingies, because he's a frog, but. He's also, like, older than Elmo, canonically.
Yeah.
So I would assume wiser. He has more life experience.
But
and Elmo has the mind of a child. Whether it burns things and eats them.
You're right.
It has the mind of a child.
You're right.
And Kermit's like... Kermit has faced off against aliens. Gonzo is an alien. He understands alien physiology.
Well, here's let me ask you a question. Is this fight happening on Sesame Street?
I feel like you just drop them both on the earth.
Oh, okay.
Boom, drop them here in Ashtabula.
Just somewhere. This is just happening somewhere in reality.
Yeah.
In the United States.
Yeah.
Of America.
Yeah. Like, we won't say Florida because it's pretty much all swamp, and that gives Kermit a huge advantage. And we won't say, like, Nevada because that's, like, desert and heat. And I feel like Elmo would be more at ease there than Kermit, a frog, would be. But Ohio's like, pretty even.
Yeah.
If it's like the spring or summer, you got pretty fair weather. Mm-hmm.
I would agree. So this is taking place in Ohio.
Yeah, Northeast Ohio.
Because
that's the area we know.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like Kermit has the intelligence, the wisdom, the experience. And, like, I've never seen Elmo wield a gun, at least canonically to Sesame Street. But I know Kermit could use a gun. If he can play a banjo and he play it good, homeboy can rack a shotgun.
Sesame Street is obviously very, very secure. I'm sure that they have pretty strict gun laws.
Yeah.
So there's no way that we would. How would we know he hasn't?
Ask yourself this, Jillian.
What?
Schools say no guns allowed. Pretty strict gun law as far as gun laws go, a full restriction of guns. All I'm saying is, if Kermit wanted to, He could walk up on Sesame
He's
Street
doing
with
this.
the strap.
I
It's
hope
not a
nobody
like.
hears the chair.
So Kermit's just the first motherfucker with a gun there. That's all that means, and that means none of them are used to firearms or how to act around them. Advantage.
Yeah.
And
true.
in order to draw Elmo out, Kermit's
But-
taken out his friends.
Does he have a gun with him when we are dropping him? When we are dropping him in the middle of Ohio, okay?
Do they both know they have to kill each other?
We have
Because
to
if they
agree on
both
that.
just know, like, if they both are aware that it's a fight to the death that's going to happen, I feel like Kermit is smart enough to prep. Whereas an Elmo might not, because A, they're comfortable with their fire breathing capabilities, or Elmo has the mind of a child. If I'm going to fight a 3-year-old to the death, I'm bringing a gun. Is that 3-year-old? Probably not.
But
Please don't take that out of context. I'm not planning on murdering a child. That's all we need. Fucking copy strike or what? I don't know. YouTube boomer shit. You guys are getting stricken for
saying
I said,
one
dude,
word.
I posted on Facebook that I was going to hang Connor from his diaper on a flagpole.
And they flagged it, didn't they?
They were like, that's abusive. And I was like, are you joking? Wedging my child via 1970s comedy movie is now illegal? That's rude. I can't even wedgie my own kid on a flagpole anymore without it being child abuse? Jeez, dude. What does this country come to? Thanks, Biden.
Thanks, Biden.
You're welcome, Jack. I don't know how Biden
Do you
talks.
think
He's weird.
Biden would be involved in this fight? Who is aware of this happening?
I can only assume it's just their universes. They have to both coexist together. Humans exist in the Muppet universe, so if it was really this, it'd probably be televised. Let's be real.
Okay, so
it's definitely for views, and Biden would probably be aware. Yeah, if there was a sanctioned murder going to take place, that would be national headlines.
do you think they would try to stop it from happening?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because that would be a whole another layer onto this.
I mean, the
this
U.S. government
fight.
just admitted to bombing and killing multiple people, most of which were children, because they thought it was a terrorist. So they could go either way. They could not give a shit, because clearly they don't give a shit enough to actually check who the hell they're dropping bombs on, or they could care too much. And Biden is very, I won't say he's anti-gun, but he definitely, when campaigning, was talking about stricter gun laws. Mm-hmm. So
That is true.
maybe Kermit wouldn't be, it'd probably become a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah.
Because that's what's big right now. So if you've got
So
Elmo in the
it's-
ring with Kermit, then Kermit can't bring a gun.
Yeah.
So now it's Elmo who would probably be able to use his natural fire-breathing abilities. And Kermit, and they've got gloves on, 12-ounce gloves, 12 rounds, 3 minutes a round.
Then
Wow, we
boom,
really-
Kermit's gone in that.
You think Kermit's gone?
Oh, 100%.
I think it greatly depends on whether or
with
not Elmo can use the fire.
With Elmo,
If the rules say
yes.
you can't use the fire, I think Kermit
Yeah.
takes it.
Okay, yeah. 100. Yeah,
I will say Elmo is
that's-
thicker than Kermit, though, so he's probably got like the muscle advantage, like the strength, the power. Whereas Kermit is very slender
Yeah.
and thin, and he's going to be like Ali. He's going to be juking in and out of there and popping off. And Ali's one of the best. All the celebrities
I
Kermit knows.
definitely
There's
think
been tons of boxers.
that Kermit would win in
that have
that
interacted with the
situation.
Muppets on the Muppet Show. There's been a few boxers that have been to Sesame Street too, but again, it comes down to a 3-year-old versus someone who's been around for like 40 years. I think the 40-year-old takes the 3-year-old in a boxing match every time. And even if that 3-year-old can breathe fire, we really got to think about that. Like, how effective is this fire? Is it like Charizard level 65 Fire Blast? Flare Blitz? I know my Pokies.
I feel.
Or
how
is
I
it like a
imagine it-
Charmander using Ember? Meh. It's a fire. It's going to hurt either way. But is the difference a burn, or or am I getting fried to a crisp?
My imagination is it's just like
Like a stream?
kind of like a little, like when you light a torch and there's like a little flame.
Okay, so the
and
intensity
it's
of a
not,
torch.
like,
That's
too
definitely enough
much.
to burn you. Can
Yeah.
he projectile it?
Yeah, but not like
How much is
spit
the
it
cone
out
of
over,
damage?
Huh?
What
well, we
length
would
would
have
be the
to-
cone of damage? We're not going to roll a 20 for
Okay,
11?
he would
11
he would
feet?
do an 11. No, he would.
The ring is
do
smaller
11
than that.
damage, which is I don't feel like
no,
that's
the ring's
too much.
probably no. I don't know. It depends on what ring they're using. There's tons of different sizes
Well,
of
how
rings.
much HP would
HP?
Kermit have?
I don't know. Like, if we're doing years by levels, he's level 40. He's a water type. Water types are pretty solid health tank-wise, you know? Most are, at least.
I don't think he could hit his
grass
AC.
types usually have the most health.
I don't think Elmo would be able to hit.
And now we're talking about this in Pokemon terms. I love this podcast so much. I mean, you guys let us know. I'm firm Kermit camp. And she definitely thinks Elmo has the advantage.
I think he would. There's different scenarios where he would. For example, like the scenario where we were talking about where they are just, nobody knows.
Like it's Predator?
They are just thrown into
Like
a
the jungles
random
of Vietnam?
Yeah, like cornfield in Ohio. And they
Very
know,
much the same as the jungles of Vietnam. A cornfield in Ohio. Yeah.
That
Is the
they
corn
have
growing?
to fight. Like if not, Sesame Street will get blown up.
Oh, whoever loses their home.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, raise the
Or
stakes.
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
So they
gotta
yeah, so
fight to kill.
They know, so they're thrown into. And yes, they would have time to prepare. Yes,
Prep time.
but this is a cornfield.
Yeah.
Elmo is small, so is Kermit. They're very
Yeah,
small.
they're definitely not taller than corn. If the corn's fully like ready to be harvested, it's huge.
So do you think like? I think Elmo would just start fire blazing, trying to.
Is Elmo immune to fire, or can Elmo still be burnt?
That's a good question. It's a good
See,
question. Maybe
it's
he
pretty
has
hairy in terms of like creatures that can blow fire. I feel like the less hair, the better off you'd be.
Maybe it's like half damage or something.
Oh, like he's resistant.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're setting a cornfield on fire around you, so Elmo would have to be smart. He might just start setting the cornfield on fire because he's 3.
Yeah.
He's got the brain of a dumb idiot
And
child.
he's like, maybe if I light this cornfield on fire.
Elmo's gonna commit arson. Sorry, Mr. Corn Farmer.
No,
So I think he would
I
definitely
think
start
to
lighting
even
it
the
on
playing
fire.
field, Kermit's got to at least take one weapon in.
Yeah, no,
right?
I'm saying like you have time to
And I feel
prepare.
like practicality, he's going to go with a shotgun, but like he could take a chainsaw. I don't think he'd probably take a katana, silent. You know, you don't want to be running around with a chainsaw revving.
True.
Then Elmo's going to know where you're
So
at.
do you think he would go with a melee weapon, or do you think he would go with a?
I guess it depends
projectile?
on what would be considered more fair.
Hold on.
Because if Elmo
I
can
use this, I got to look up something while you're talking. Thank you, sir.
I think like when it comes down to it, Elmo is, because they can shoot their flame out, Kermit would feel like using a projectile weapon would be fair, you know? So like he might use a melee weapon, but
Well, there is video evidence of Kermit using what is that? What would you say that was?
it looks like an AK-47.
Yeah, an AK. So, do you think he would bring that into this? I mean, there's also a few pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to save them. But there's a few pictures of him with a couple different kinds of guns. Yeah. So I think, like, I don't know. I feel like if he could bring one weapon,
or is it just?
I don't know, just one of the like top Google image search. We'll go with that.
He's definitely look, the Muppet Wiki. He's definitely used guns. Kermit is skilled and comfortable with firearms. So,
what gun would he take?
I mean, I feel like he has the pick of any gun that he could get his hands on. So, I feel if I'm in that combat scenario, I'm taking a rifle. Okay. If I'm in a cornfield, but a shotgun's also pretty reliable. You just have to be at a closer range. If he wants to make it fair to Elmo's like cone of flame, because Elmo can't shoot his flame infinitely, or the length of what you could fire a projectile from a firearm.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Kermit wants to make it fair while still being armed, he's going to take a shotgun, because like you have to be at a somewhat close distance to hit someone with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And be effective. So if I'm Kermit, I'm taking a pump action, because you can one that can hold more than 2 rounds, like a decent amount of ammunition, and I'm hunting Elmo down.
Well,
I'm finding him in this cornfield and I'm blowing him in half.
So Elmo would be like, obviously he knows he's fire resistant. I mean, he came from whatever planet this was, and he was just dropped off at 3 years old. That's exactly what happened. Don't ask me if it's not. So he does this. He gets his, spurts this little fire out, and then what he's gonna do? He would do. I feel like would like just follow around where the fire.
Is Kermit actually, or is Elmo actually 3?
Yeah, that's when I looked it up. Elmo was.
He's young. I just don't know if he's
3.
Actually 3 years old. It is. Yeah, it says 3 years old. It doesn't matter how long he's been around because he's 3 even now.
Yeah, he was dropped off probably as a baby.
Yeah. Okay.
But I assume he would have figured out by now that he has fire resistance.
Yeah.
So I think he would just chill. Like he knows that Kermit is an actual frog. Frogs are no to fire.
Yeah.
So
and I guess you could say he's got
it.
some type of defense against fire, at least, like takes half damage, like you said, because there's that really famous meme of him in front of the fire, like laughing, like there's a fire burning behind him.
True.
So he's comfortable around fire.
Yeah, but it's not like, I feel like, amphibian skate, if you were to get hit by a to the arm.
Yeah.
Elmo's little flame to the arm, like it's gonna be pretty bad.
But also you're not hairy, so you're more likely to get, you'll get burnt, but will that fire spread to the rest of you? Like if he only gets hit in the arm, is that gonna, if we got set on fire on our arm, that fire would go up and burn us, but for him, because he's got wet frog skin, is it gonna dampen the effect of that fire hurting more than where it hits?
I feel like it wouldn't catch him on fire. I feel like it would leave a pretty bad.
Yeah, he'd get burnt.
Ouch.
Yeah. Eventually he'd die, though. He takes too many of those. But that's what I'm saying. How many shotgun rounds can Elmo take?
Well, I mean, how would they get to each other? I feel like Kermit would obviously probably follow the flames. He's not an idiot. He knows that Elmo can breathe fire.
And Elmo is 3. There's no tactical.
He has no. He's just
he's not setting a trap.
Right.
He's probably scared and freaking out, if anything. At the worst for him, he's scared and tweaking out. At the best, he's like, if I set everything around me on fire, eventually I'll kill this frog. I'm 3.
Yeah.
I think this will work. What do you guys think? Uh-oh. Everything's on fire. Uh-oh.
And then Kermit would be like, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah. And I think with that, we'll leave it to you guys. If you want to discuss it, please let us know. Write to us, comment. Let us know. Team Kermit, Camp Kermit, or Team Elmo.
I definitely think in particular... The PC is running low. I definitely think in a particular scenario, Elmo could win. But in almost every other scenario, just like Dr. Strange said, 99.999 chance, only one of them.
Yeah, Kermit has higher odds of winning than Elmo. Yeah, but you guys let us know. I want to hear your arguments. Maybe you guys know Elmo better than we do. Maybe you guys know Kermit better than we do. Let us know, and we'll talk about it when we have enough people letting us know. And with that, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. See you later. Get out of here.